Hey there! So today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of Firestone Walker. Thank you so much. This is the third one out of the beautiful pack. They gave me the hazy pack. So the Mind Haze hazy pack. I already did Mind Haze. Already did the Mind Haze Brain Melter. And now we're on to Cosmic Crusher. So 9.5% hazy double IPA. Again, they're switching around the hops, switching around. First one, not very traditional. It was like El Dorado and Zaka, whatever. Then we got Citra Mosaic. I want to say in the second one. Now we've got Galaxy, Simcoe, Mandarina. Okay. Crazy to use like 9 different hops between 3 different beers, but also sort of makes sense because like now you have a 12-pack. You sort of want to differentiate the beers, right? Like use different hops. Like wants to drink 3 different beers and just simply different alcohols, which would be a fun experiment. Granted, the first 2 beers tasted relatively similar despite using completely different hops. So let's see this beer. This is the clearest of the bunch. Not even close. It's just noticeably clearer by a little bit. It's like a medium minus haze. About the same color as the Brain Melter. Comes in a medium gold color. Yeah, this thing is wonderful, beautiful, fluffy white head. Okay, so this is vastly different. First 2 beers, sort of similar. This is candied. And I mentioned candy flavors, but like, this is the most distinctively candy. Yeah, this smell, what is in here? It's sorry, I have my computer and that's like, I don't know, far away. It's like all the way on the other side. But Galaxy, Simcoe, Mandarina? It's got to be the Mandarina, maybe the Simcoe. Yeah, I want to get Galaxy would do this. Interesting. So what am I getting? It's crazy. It honestly, it smells a lot like that. The Pinter beer that I did. So I did the homebrew thing, and that had like a tropical IPA thingy where it almost tasted like there was an edition of Voodoo Ranger, fruit edition. Or no, sorry, I don't even give respect to fruit flavoring edition. This has that. Yeah, it literally smells like ripe peaches. That's what it smells like, peaches. Yeah, it smells like if New Belgium made, instead of like Juice Force, it was Peach Force. Like, wow. And it's got to be the Mandarina too. Like, just super peachy. And man, I was blown away. The first time I had a really tropical stone fruit forward Simcoe beer blew me away. And I believe it was like, Jesus, back when like Grimm was still doing Gypsy Brewing. This was like a 2014 Lambo door, and it just says Simcoe, a double IPA, and I was like, oh, Simcoe, I know Simcoe. You know, I'm used to Simcoe from the West Coast. Dang. And like, here's just peach rings for days. That's what it is. Peach rings for days. And that's what really, I think, early harvest instead of late harvest Simcoe can do for you. They give notes of pineapple and citrus, but it's just peach rings on the nose. It's crazy. It's just flesh. It honestly does not smell like hops. Just like the nose. There's no actual, like, juicy Imperial. Ah! Golly, I knew it, boys. I knew something was up. See? This one, you know you have a palate. Look at it. Got a little sneaky right here, guys. Imperial IPA with natural flavors. Yep. I knew something was up. I was like, okay. See? I'm not crazy. Yeah, so there's some kind of like, they call for pineapple and citrus. There's pineapple flavoring in here. Sure. Again, I would have called peach, like a peach flavoring, some kind of flavoring. There's some kind of like tropical stone fruit flavoring. So call me wrong to call it peach. Maybe it's pineapple. I don't know, because they call pineapple on the copy on here. But first off, those first 2 beers did not have any of this. Now I'm like paranoid. Now I'm real paranoid to check those labels. But I'm pretty sure this one clearly has some flavoring. So up front, nice medium creamy mouthfeel, creamsicle, like this like melange of like mango, peach pineapple creamsicle flavor, and the use of the flavoring is not too intense. Granted, it's a little too far where I can notice it as like I can smell it and sort of taste it where I'm like, something's up. But it's really sneaky for 9.5. I personally prefer my beers without any of this flavoring stuff, or at such a low threshold where it's like it just makes the beer better, and you can't really tell, right? Like the point where it says hazy IPA with natural flavors, and I say I don't taste it. That's where I want to be, at least in my mind. The fact that I can taste it and it sort of just like comes off as like, you know, somebody just added like some Yankee Candle drops to my beer. Granted, not as intense and not as gross and not as off the wall and just like, what am I drinking kind of nonsense, you know? So not that far, but the fact I can taste it is like still like jarring to me, right? Like, I mean, I hope that makes some sense to you guys, right? Like, what's a great analogy? It's like people love truffle oil, and they, you know, which in the end, by the way, is like a actual like natural flavor additive added to oil. Like using actual truffles is not a thing unless you're spending like a large amount of money on food. So like that kind of like intense truffle oil aroma on fries, right? Like maybe some people don't like that. So like, you know, that's that kind of intense flavor where it just doesn't feel like it should be there or something. Granted, yeah, I love truffle fries too. So fine. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's about adding something excessively hitting over your head that sort of like takes away from the experience of the actual product. Oh, jeez. You guys got to find me one right now. There one. You know, like, let's say you're eating just garbage, like fast food pizza, a Domino's, a Little Caesars, whatever, who cares? But then they put that, like, garlic butter stuff, where it's, like, just straight diacetyl with probably not even real garlic and, like, garlic flavoring, right? And it's, like, it's greasy. But then again, you're already eating garbage. So, like, why not throw more garbage on there to make it even more ridiculous, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're ready drinking hazy IPA. Does it matter that we've added this extra ingredient that really makes it like, again, I'm calling peach. It's super peachy. It's a little bit distracting how peachy it is. But it's super drinkable for 9.5. The king of these three has to be the brain melter. It's a little bit too distracting. Now I'm at the point, like, do I prefer the regular Mind Haze over this? Because this actually has, again, better mouthfeel. A little bit of like biscuity, malty sweetness in the middle. This beer just lasts better on the palate because it's just a bigger beer. Granted, it's 9.5. It's really dangerous. Like, but I'm also not a fan of this dominating or these kind of like flavorings used in beer. But it's at a point where it's just like on the cusp where like I personally notice it, but I would argue a lot of like, you know, like I'm the idiot that freaking reviews beers as the advanced throw nonsense. I would argue like 9% of the consumers won't even know. You know, they just guess like, oh wow, it's really hoppy. And that's where you got me. You got me on the peach rings. I was like, why does this freaking smell like peach rings? Honestly, I think it's just around as good as the regular Mind Haze, despite the natural flavoring addition. As I drink it more, it just gets more and more distracting. So, Jesus Christ, these flies are getting. All right, so Mind Haze got an 89. I'm gonna give this an. Honestly, like these flavoring beers are some of the worst beers of the year, but you know, Firestone Walker just put it right at the cusp. They how about this? You filled the glass to the brim, and you spilled just a little bit, right? My perfect point would be like, all right, it should stay here. All right, you pour. All right, too much, and you pour just a little bit over, and it's a little bit too much, right? And like, you know, the glass is spilling over a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Just clean it up, wipe it. Man, analogies today, huh? 86. The drinkability is a little too much on this guy. It is dangerous. All right, I'm going to go 88. I'd say a lot of people would ignore the flavoring thing, not dock it on points, and give it, you know, whatever higher A minus A range rating, for sure. But I'm a nitpicker. Until next time, that was really interesting to discover. where like I'm smelling it, I think something's going on, I tell you a whole freaking story, then I find the label right here in the little font. You guys can't even read this. You guys can't even read that because it doesn't even show. Yeah, you guys, there's no way you could read that from, at least from the camera. But I could read it from this little tiny. This has to be like 4 font on like Google on Microsoft Word. Imperial IPA with natural flavors. Yeah, okay. We discovered it. We discovered a secret. Until next time, that was pretty fun. Really fun rating. Cheers.